None other than the superstar that is the Crusaders' number 15, Will Jordan.
Untouchable in 40 minutes in Christchurch.
His ability to pop up, it's like if you're a first five, second five, or a halfback, it must be so good at the Crusaders, because he obviously has a huge engine, will pop up for you and see things. And when I say see things, like most people when they say see things, they see a gap. He doesn't really need a gap. He needs an arm. Like, he needs a half shoulder to get on him, and he's so strong through the hips and the quads that he can just get through it. He's our modern day Christian Cullen.
Well, this is where I was going to go to. He is untouchable when he is fit,
Yes,
and playing his best.
yes.
And that is what we saw in Christchurch on Sunday.
But also, he's very dependent on what's going on in front of him. He needs the Crusaders to be playing well.
He does, but he's a creator.
Oh, yes.
And as you say, he just pops up in places and he makes things happen, which is what he was doing on the weekend. And it is special to watch. And then when you think about everyone growing up of a certain generation who their favourite player was, if it wasn't Jonah, it was Christian Cullen, who's the greatest fullback of all time.
Yes.
People start comparing these two and saying, well, Jordan is the modern day Christian Cullen.
He is.
Why? Give us some comparisons compare the two, because it's so hard to compare anyone to Christian Cullen, like it would be impossible to compare anyone to Jonah.
Yes. Your physique-wise, you're never going to have another Jonah. With those two, the similarities are their ability. We talked about Taumoefilau ability at full pace and change direction. Like, Will Jordan is that, and on another level. Cullen was that. Cullen looked like he was full steam, but then had this amazing swerve. And there's a bit of swerve about Will Jordan. He uses a swerve a lot more than just stepping. The other thing that he does, and a same that Cully used to do, is he could pop up in small channels and still break tackles and still get through. And I think that's why people sort of suggest there's the Cullenness, we just made up a word there, about how Will Jordan goes about his work. And the other thing we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and we obviously at the time mentioned Will Jordan, we mentioned Mackenzie, Barrett, Finn Hurley after his wonderful performance against the Blues. When you're live at the ground and Will Jordan holds on to the ball for long enough for you to think he's going to have a run here, then you start to move forward in your seat.
Yeah.
Because you know that if he's seen something, there's probably not many defenders on the planet that have the ability to stop him through his pace, his strength, his vision. And the thing that I've noticed the Crusaders do is they've designed a few things around him. They've started to manufacture plays that look stock standard, but then, we've got a floating Will Jordan to come through the middle or sweep out the back of that. And that is when, if you're defending in those tight channels, because he does a lot of his damage close to rucks, if you're a forward in there,
nightmare.
And if you see the 15's head pop up, you're not in a good place.
What are you thinking?
You're hoping that you can just be close enough to somebody else to say yours.
You got this one.
I'll get you inside. Yes, it wouldn't be pretty.
Oh, well.